hope you're well. It is I, Lost Wolf. But yesterday was a disaster. Today is kind of also a disaster. But it's a different kind of disaster. So yesterday, I got to cooking. As I've mentioned before, there's a person who stays with me here, and they're going away. So we're setting up, dinners, so that I don't have to cook or anything while they're gone. And that meant being in the kitchen all of yesterday, and that meant cleaning up afterwards. It was a bit of a disaster. Today is a different sort of disaster because the thing that we cooked, one of the things that we cooked some macaroni with bacon bits and cheese, put that into the oven, but we put it into the oven late, and so it came out like late-ish, and I've just been eating until maybe 10 minutes ago, so there you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. We are going to be playing some Ultima 4. In Ultima 4, when last we left off, one of the things that we did was we were cutting down a number of spells that we have got in our repertoire, because there's 26 of them, and there's maybe 7 or 8 that are useful. There's that number again. There are maybe 7 or 8 that are useful, and I just wanted to test all of the ones that we could make to see what the mana point cost was of each, because we still don't know. The game didn't specify in the manual, hey, this costs this amount of mana. So that was the last thing we did. And then the other thing that we did was we figured out that we've always known for a long time now that there's a moon gate on the island that we're on. We don't have to get a pirate ship off of this particular island. And so what I want to do today is I want to go through the moon gate. Now I'm going to save before we go through the moon gate, because I want to explore every single possible iteration of the moon gate that we can find. And I want to just get a fixed idea of where the moon gate takes us. And the other thing that I want to do is I want to find another island specifically, because the islands are small contained bits of land that are easy to map and to get to grips with. And all we really want to do at this point is we want to pick up information, and we want to pick up information in a controlled, gentle kind of way. So the idea I have is to seek out just another island, and we'll spend like a session or so talking to the people on the island and figuring out what we need to know about that island before we move on. Right? And then what we'll do, we can't do it because we've only got one save game, unless I back up the game and we keep what we have somewhere else. I'd like to be able to come back to the island where we started. We branch out from there very slowly, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so with that out of the way, I am going to housekeep, and then once I've done housekeeping, we can get going here. So give me a second. Excuse me. Close this. And let me do this. And then let me swap scenes. Right. You know, I keep forgetting to open my notes for this game, and I really should just have them open all the time as long as we're starting to play. Just see if this works. It looks okay. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, so here we are. This is the first version of the door. Now I'm gonna let this go because unfortunately it turns out that I should have saved a little bit before I did. So we're gonna essentially waste another cycle here, and then we're going to go through the door. Fortunately for us, we have a whole lot of food now. I'm gonna drink some of my drink while I wait for the stoker. One thing I have to say about this game is I'm not wild about the idea that time moves even if you're paused. So here we go. This is our on-ramp now. Oh, okay, so I think that we can conclusively say, and I think that I'm correct. Yes, okay, so 1-1 takes us back to where we are. So I actually need to make a note of that. So, note, see, this is why I should 100% just have the notes open all the time. The moon gate on Verity Isle at the 1-1 point takes us back to Verity Isle. We don't know what 1-2 does, and we don't know what 1-3 does yet, so... But that's, I mean, I guess it's good to know. Oh. You know, I didn't really want to attack people. Oh well. I guess it's a bridge fall, and that's just what we're doing. Okay, I'm gonna leave these people alone. Mainly because we don't want to get... We don't want to get experience, we just want to get the chests. We gotta be careful here. Silly bridge trolls. Leave the screen, thank you. So I'm gonna try and sleep. Here's me. Oh god, we might die. Please don't die. Thank you. This is a slime, and I think slimes are neutral, so I'm gonna just leave the slime alone. Oh my god. Let's try and sleep again. Okay, but here, Mrs. How am I doing today? Lost Wolf. I am doing pretty good. We're just playing some Ultima. Okay, at last. Wow. I think the gate is here, so we're looking for sequence 1, 2. And when I talk about 1-1 and 1-2 and all that, I'm talking about the moons. So the moon on the left is what I'm referring to as 1, and the moon on the right is always going to be the second number. So in this case, we're waiting for 1-2. We're waiting for the moon on the left to be at its darkest. So then we can wait for the second one to be like a little bit like with a sliver of moon on its left hand side. So here, and then this is where we need to go. Okay, so this did take us to a new spot. I don't recognize this. I'm gonna fish out, because one of the things I have in preparation for playing this game, I got a very big map of the world, and so what we're gonna just do very super quickly is I'm gonna see if I can recognize where we are in the world by looking at... Oh, I think I know where we... No, I don't think that's it. Yeah, I don't think that's it. Wait. No. No. It's a spot near a bridge. I'm looking at the mainland, and it may not be on the mainland, actually. No, it may not be on the mainland. It may be on one of the tiny islands. Well, I can see which island it's not. Oh, I think I know which island it is. Is it though? No. Huh. I am not 100% sure where on this map we are. Yeah, I'm not sure where on this map we are. Just for the sake of reference, I want to pull it up and I want to show you what I'm looking at, so it's a little more clear. So, this map here, I'm going to leave this up. I can't zoom in with this particular version of the map, but I'm looking at this version of the map, and I'm trying to kind of ascertain where exactly on this map I am, because it's not 100% clear. I want to move myself a little bit so I can see more of what we're looking at. Oh, I know where we are. 100% know where we are. We are... There are so many of these little spots with little waterways like this that it's a little difficult to tell which version we're at. I wonder... No, it's not this one because there are more tributaries. I also don't think, incidentally, that this is not the gate we want to go into. And the reason I say that, in turn, is because it's not what I want, which is to say it's not an island. Because if it were an island, I'd be a little bit more happy to explore it. Maybe it is an island. No, this seems too small. Yeah, this seems too small. What the heck? I can't work it out. This is the stream now. I'm so sorry. There are more tributaries I'm seeing on the spot where I'm looking at the map. I'll tell you what, hang on. Let's just look around. Because if we can find like a village or something, that would orient me. Please die. Or at least start running away. So some of the reason I thought about this and I'm making a tactical decision. Some of the reason we are not actually... Oh, there's mountains surrounding where I am. So that might make it easier to figure this out. Because there are only a handful of places. Oh, I 100% think I know where we are. Yes. I do know where we are. Okay, cool. We are on the mainland. Oh, hey. Castle British isn't actually very far away from where we're at. I wonder if this is a good place to just put down roots. Because we do need to talk to Sea Hawkwind, and this is where Sea Hawkwind is. Okay, so let's just go to the... Let's go into the village. I say the village. It's not really a village. So this is Castle Britannia. And there's... I mean... Sorry, not here. Oh, that's opened? Really? Okay, so... Remember how in Ultima 2 and... Sorry, Ultima 3, there were those little gates, so we had to get the marks to traverse. This is very similar. There's just this space where we shouldn't be. And I'm gonna assume that at the bottom of this space... Oh hey, the doors grew back when I walked away. Oh, that's interesting. Just have a look around. Just like in Ultima 3. Oh, there's... Okay, so there's Lord British. Okay. Let's talk to Lord British. Lord British rises and says, "At long last, Lost Wolf, thou hast come. We have waited such a long, long time." Lord British sits and says, "A new age is upon Britannia. The great evil lords are gone, but our people lack direction and purpose in their lives." He's now doling out the main quest. "A champion of virtue is called for. Thou may be this champion, but only time shall tell. I will aid thee any way that I can. How may I help thee?" Lord British says, "Very well, my friend." Okay, so, hold on. Let's talk to him. Oh, okay. Lord British says, "Welcome, Lost Wolf. Thou art now level 4. What can thou ask of me?" I am a little worried about this. Let's ask him about virtue. He says, "The 8 virtues of the Avatar are honesty, compassion, valor, justice, sacrifice, honor, spirituality, and humility." What else? Ask about honesty. He says, "The fair town of Moonglow on Verity Isle is where the virtue of honesty thrives." Oh, this is actually just telling us. This is a thing I wanted to pull in on my notes. So honesty is, and I was 100% correct when I thought this. I just didn't fill it in because I am doofus. Oh, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. I'm so sorry. Hang on, I'll fix that in a second. So on the spreadsheet, one of the things I have is a city list. And we've got this here, and over here on the right hand side, I've got pegged in virtue, and I've just never pulled it in. So if we go here, Moonglow, we know that this is now honesty. Okay? We don't know any of the rest. I'm gonna show you the game, because as I say, I am doofus, hear me roar. I'm gonna show you this, and you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna pull these in. He's giving me the list, so we should just go down the list. I'm gonna start at the top. Oh, we don't have the list. I'm an idiot. So we are going to ask about virtues. We want compassion. The bards in the town of Britain are well versed in the virtue of compassion. So this is Britannia is compassion. We want virtues. So we've asked about honesty, we've asked about compassion, let's ask about valor. Many valiant fighters come from Geelong, in the Verity Isles. Okay, so that's Geelong. Geelong is valor. Okay. Justice. In the city of Yu, in the deep forest, justice is served. We could have figured this out from the context clues that the manual gave us, but I wanted to be sure and safe rather than sorry. Tell. What would I ask of me? I want to ask you about virtues. Okay, sacrifice. Monarch, town of self-sacrifice, lies on the eastern shores of Lost Hope Bay. That's actually good information, and we should probably note it down, but we'll find it out organically. So, sacrifices Monarch. And we want virtues. Honor. The paladins who strive for honor are often seen intrinsic, north of the Cape of Heroes. So, intrinsic is honor. Honor and honesty are obviously different things, but you know. Virtues. We want spirituality. In Scarra Brae, the spiritual path is taught. Find it on an isle near Spiritwood. Okay, so Scarra Brae. That's the spirituality. Okay, so let me tell you about spirituality and why I never filled this list in the first place. Why I had the virtues blank when you saw them. So some of the reason why I didn't fill this in was because when I was more deeply reading the manual to fill out some of my pre-game notes, one of the things that tripped me up was the description of you, and you made me think, oh, that's where we have spirituality. It comes from there, and so this is kind of why I started filling in justice. I started filling in spirituality into you. And I thought, wait a minute, it's also talking about justice. I don't think I should be doing that. And so that was what gave me pause and why I figured that the game would supply this information as we walked from town to town. But we don't have to do that. We can just talk to Lord British. So, virtues. We want humility. But we can actually infer, because we don't have this here, it's just Empath Abbey, but we'll ask him anyway. Humility is the foundation of virtue. The ruins of proud Medencia are testimony unto the virtue of humility. Oh, actually, that's not correct. Empath Abbey didn't turn up on this list at all. What? So this is Medencia. It doesn't actually say anything about this, so I don't know what's going on here. Shepherd is just empty. Shepherd is at Empath Abbey, but we don't know anything about that. So we're gonna have a thing here with Medencia, which is sitting in space. I'm gonna fix that at some point, but we know that this is humility. Okay, I thought that would just be Empath Abbey, but sure, it's not. So the other thing that I wanted to ask everyone about incidentally, was, so one of the things that some of the people on Moonglow, or in Moonglow and Elysium said, was they were talking about this idea of the principles, because we got the virtues and we need the principles. So let's ask about the principles. I cannot help you with that. Okay, cool. So he doesn't know about this. Sure. So, can he tell me about the stone? He can't tell me about the stone. Can he tell me about the dungeons? He can't. Were meditations? No, he can't help me with that. What else can we ask him? What else does it make sense to ask him? Oh, we need to ask him about the seer. He can't tell me about that. Okay, so the Seer Hawkwind lives somewhere in a castle. We just don't know quite where. But I don't think he's going to help me with anything else here. So let's just bail on this conversation. Lord British says fairly well, my friend. Okay, so one of the things that happened was he leveled us up twice. We went from 56 MP to 60, and some of our skills went up. I would have thought that int would have raised our... because our int doubles our MP, so we got 34, so we should be just shy of 70. So I don't understand why that didn't happen. Oh wait, you know why it didn't happen? Because we're in a town, and towns make things go real slowly. I'm gonna open this door if I can. Because what we're looking for, there's a prison there, that's fine. What we're specifically looking for is we're looking for the Sea of Hawkwind. I don't know if this is where he is. That is the kitchen. Okay. I want to talk to the Sea of Hawkwind. I think it's descend. Yeah. Okay. Before I do anything else, because I want to figure out kind of where we stand. This is probably the healer's den. Yeah, that's the healer's den. Oh, well, okay. I don't know where Sea of Hawkwind is. That's a bit of a problem. I would have thought that he'd be just, you know, kind of right here. But I suppose he is not. Okay. Let's just go back up. I should look around a little bit more carefully. So this is Lord British. I guess it's possible. Oh, this is gonna be locked. Yeah. Oh, really? I can go into the prison? Interesting. Okay, well, I don't really want to be here. Yeah, I don't know where Hawkwind is. That's a bit weird. I don't think he'll be in the throne room. I guess what we should start doing is we should start talking to people. So, oh wait, hang on. Let's just start with the people in the throne room. I guess that makes the most sense. Oh, funny no response. You meet a dancing jester. You're interested in him. The jester said, he says, I'm just a twin. You're interested. To entertain. Perfectly happy. Okay, so he said entertain. That I cannot help you with. Okay, we are looking for chuckles, because one of the things that we learned was that there was a joke that we need to know, and we need to figure out what the joke is so we can tell it back to the guy in Verity Isle. So we're sort of looking for chuckles if we can find them. You meet a fair maiden. She says, I'm Juliet. Job. I can help thee. Okay, we'll follow that up in a second. Our interest is health. Fine, thanks. Help. Seeking to know how the 8 virtues form into the 3 principles. Yes, I do actually want to know that. No, Edith, I don't know this at the moment, so yes. Seek it. Well, okay. She tells me that she can help me with this, and then she bails in the conversation entirely. Okay, so we need to come back to Juliet. I need to make a note of this. We need to make a new entry for Castle Breton. And in Castle Breton, we need to know that we need to talk to Juliet. Juliet had information for us. So, hold on, let me just zip back up here. So let me just pull this back in. So we talk to Juliet. We asked about help. We had to say no, and he told us to seek information about the principles. We must return here when we know about them. Okay, cool. So that seems pretty on point. I don't think there's anything else that we can do here with her. Maybe we can ask her about the virtues, but she can't help us with that. Okay, cool. So why? So there are 2 jesters here. Name? Oh, they're just a twin as well. Okay, fine. Is this? Oh, they're just a twin. Okay. Right, let's get out of here. I don't think the guards are gonna have anything significant to say. I mean, we can ask. He says, You meet a bully guard. He says, I'm a guard. Name. He says, I'm a guard. Job. I guard the castle and my liege. Okay, I think we're done. I think there are filler NPCs, like a lot of them. And I think some of the filler NPCs are just going to be like, here's a guard and so on. I do think that at some point we need to talk to people in person, because we've always had to do that in the past. But I don't think we're going to do that now, because I don't think we have a lockpick, and we also don't have the strength to fight near the guards, so it makes no sense to do that. You meet a person with a white hat. He says, I am the chef. Your interest. Name. He says, I am the chef. I am the chef. Okay. Well, all but my finger, which I cut. Oh, I'm sorry, friend. Food? Food, glorious food. To cook is my life. Okay. Virtues. Yeah, okay. I don't think he's going to say anything significant. Funny, no response. Okay, sure. Talk. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is also the chef. Okay. And I think your interest name. Okay. Talk. Oh my god, I missed. Funny, no response. Okay, so the kitchen isn't actually helpful. Descend. I think these are all just palace guards, so if we talk to them, yeah. I think we can just safely say that these guys are just guards and we don't have to worry about them. If there's one that has a name, then I think they matter more and we need to talk to them a bit more deeply. But for right now, we can just assume that these are palace guards and that's all there is to it. I kind of wonder if Seal Hawkwind maybe isn't in Britain itself. She says, I am Seisha. See, here. You mean engine fighter, she says, I'm Seisha. She has a name, and so I think that means that she's going to impart something on us. So, name. There you go. I fight for my country. Oh. I have a grievous wound. Okay, so, wound. Deep. So, virtue. That I cannot help thee with. Country. Country, Britannia. Fight. Fight evil, Britannia. Yes. Then seek out the smith named Zircon and Monarch, for he made the mystic arms. Only they will save thee in the abyss. Okay, so Seisha, we asked about fight. She said, we said yes to her question. She told us to seek out Zircon and Monarch and ask about mystic arms. They will save us in the abyss. So, just like sort of an Ultima 3, where you had to dig for the special arms and the special weapons. This is a little bit like that, but it's probably a little bit more involved, because we have to actually go there, know that we need to ask about the mystic arms, and then they will make them for us. There's probably a little quest involved with that where we need items to do it, but that's alright. Okay, so let's talk about the Abyss and Monarch. What else did she say there? Let's ask about Zircon. Okay, sure. I think she's told us everything we're likely to know. You meet us on a manger. Okay. I am Sheila. Job. I search for the inner light. Okay, so I think Sheila is going to be important too. So she talked about inner light. We'll ask her about that in a second. Health. I am well. Light. Okay. She said seek inner light in the shrines. So seek. I don't think she's going to tell us about shrines if we ask her. Okay. Runes are needed to enter the shrines. We ask about shrines. Runes are needed to enter the shrine. Let's ask about runes. Do they know? Sorry. Runes are needed to enter the shrines. Dost thou know of mantra? No. I mean, we do, because we've talked about a mantra to someone before, and they told us to meditate 1, 2, 3 times. But I think that at this point, I mean, it's somewhat safe to say yes, that we do know about mantra, but we don't know this mantra, and maybe she's going to tell us a mantra. No. The mantra chants needed to focus thoughts while meditating. Okay, mantra. She said, she asked us if we knew about mantras. We said no. She told us that they are chants needed to focus my thoughts while meditating. Okay. She can't help me with that. She literally told me about the mantra. Yeah, she literally told me about that, and she can't guide me further. Okay. Yes. So she says, good. I think that's about it. Bye. Welcome to the Royal Healer, Pendragon. Welcome to the Royal Healer, Pendragon says. Peace and joy be with you, friend. Are you here? Are you in need of help? No. Art thou willing to give 100 points of thy blood to aid others? Yes, sure. So I think that we need to do this at least once. Actually, I think that we can do it multiple times, because this aids us in some of our other endeavors. So we can say yes. This doesn't take us off of our maximum. It takes us down to whatever our lowest number is. So we can say yes. Yeah, there we go. Thou art a great help. We are in dire need. Pendragon says, may thy life be guarded by the powers of good. And so one of the things I'm going to tell you about this game is that because of the way it's set up, and because of the way of the time it was programmed in, Lord British, so he he goes out of his way. So remember when I talked to you about the third games manual, and I said, remember the sentence, we're going to come back to it, and we did, right? He said, oh, in the third game you can steal, and they're very proud of it. In the fourth game, his reaction to people stealing from him was, or stealing from the people of the land was, oh no, what are you guys doing? You're doing that wrong. I'll build a game that's all about not doing that, right? And that's Ultima 4. That's his reaction to the problem that he'd created. But because Lord British Richard Garriott is still young and still thinking about programming in terms of like structures that you have to build that have repeatable actions, right? One of the things that you can do in this game, incidentally, is that you can cheat the system. So here, where we have this blood giving ceremony where you can go up to the healer and say, take some of my blood. You can do that multiple times. And in fact, one of the upshots, some of the reason why I think that Lord British leveled this up twice is because when we go check with Seal Hawkwind, we'll find that two of our virtues are actually at maximum already. One of them is probably honesty, and to a lesser extent, I think one of them is honor. And the reason why I think that is because he leveled us up twice. But we also did the repeatable action of being honest with Margot by giving her money all the time for exactly what she asked for, except at once, where we slipped up. And because when it came to doing fights, we can't close with people. So, except for a couple of fights where I was trying to fireball and learning how much that cost and figuring out whether or not it was worth doing, we probably bumped our honor up all the way through the number of fights, the sheer number of fights that we did. So this year that we're doing is probably going to count for one of those two things, or one of the virtues. So, sure. Okay. So if we talk to him again, no, and then, oh, okay, I think we need to leave and then come back. Like, as in physically leave the map and then come back, and then he'll ask us if we want to give some of our blood again. And so that's just a thing that you can do. Now, this might be Chuckles. You meet a bouncing gesture. Name? There he is, Chuckles. Okay, I'm gonna ask him about the joke, because that was kind of what we came here for. Oh, really? Really? Secret? Really? Huh. I could have sworn that we needed to ask him something about where's our Moonglow list. There was just a decker. Yeah, he asked for a joke. So maybe we need to ask him about jesting. Welcome to the castle. Welcome unto the castle, Britannia. Okay, so hold on. Hearthstone Ankh. This is a trick question, and I have to answer it correctly. I think that the gypsy gave us an Ankh at the beginning of the game. I think the gypsy gave us... Well, hang on. We can always check, because I'm sure the people have dumped the transcript of this game. Oh, interesting. People have dumped all of her lines that are questions, but they haven't dumped what she tells you when you go to her. Yeah, okay. So... hold on. Okay. I'm gonna actually make my search more about that. Oh, okay. So it was actually before then. So remember the Circle of Stones? When we encountered the Circle of Stones, the Circle of Stones took us basically into Britannia, and when we went to the Circle of Stones, it gave us a bunch of things. It gave us an ankh, and it gave us the 2 books, and we read some of the one book, and we ignored the other one because we couldn't read the writing in it. And so we do have an ankh, and I think that it's safe to just say yes to this question. Yes. Then enter in peace. Oh, really? Wow. I think that if we had answered incorrectly there, we would have just been blown up by chuckles. Also, because it was dithering, we lost 3 bits of food while we were just dithering. Your interest. Job. I'm the royal jester. Okay, so... yes. Health. Good, thanks. Okay, well, there's something that we need to do there to get his joke out of him. I don't know where the Seal Hawkwind is, actually, and that's a bit of a problem. I'm gonna go around... Oh, I can't. Okay. Because I was thinking... Yeah, I was thinking that there's a way there, but I don't think there is. So let's just have a look around here. This has got healing. I'll come back for this in a minute. To see folks I can talk to. You know... Hold on. I just had a thought. The gypsy told me to go into the castle to talk to Seal Hawkwind, but maybe I need to ask. Not about oh sorry, climb. Maybe I need to ask because I asked about Seer. Maybe what I need to do is ask about Hawkwind. Hawkwind. Oh. Oh well. Oh my god. Bye. Yeah. As we are here, I'm going to just attempt to offer my services at the healer again. No. Oh, okay, you can only do that once? Wow, okay. Alright. Good to know. Oh, I saw a dude there. Okay, so what is this? This looks like... Oh, the weaponry and armory store, okay. That's actually good, I did want that, so I'm happy about this. This is the Britannia Manor. Spirits and food, and wine and the like. Is this the Sea Orphan? You meet a wise shepherd, he says, I am Mental, your name. I am Mental, your job. I escaped Magentia. Oh, we should probably ask him about that. Magentia. Pride was too great in Magentia. Tell me about pride. The city was destroyed by demons for its pride. Okay, let's talk about this conversation. So, I'm trying to think about how much to tell you about this conversation. The problem is that it is sort of spoilery for Ultimas 4 and 5 and 6 to tell you about what's going on here. I think what that means is that I can't tell you anything other than what this game tells us. So I think we're just going to leave it at that, sure. Are they proud? No. I'm trying not to be. No. Pride exists without truth, love, or courage. Okay, so this here, this truth, love, and courage. I don't even know where to put it on this list here. I guess it's on the city list because we've got the virtues in the city list, so we need to talk about the principles. The principles in this game are truth, love, and courage. Okay, so if you recall, let me show you. Code Red 259 is here. They say, greetings, Lost Wolf. Good to see some good old Ultima 4. It's an interesting game. It's my first time seriously trying to play it. I've made attempts in the past and never finished it. Oh, I should actually fall in my notes that Gate 1-2 off of Verity Isle took us to Britain. Let me show you what I'm talking about before we continue. We're gonna do this very quickly and then I'm going to take the 10-minute break. I think it's the manual I need. No, it's not. That's a lie. It's this book here. Okay, so let me zoom in and then show you what I'm looking at. Because this is a somewhat important diagram that keeps on showing up in these games over and over again. So, oh, well, I want to get this on one page, but I guess I'm just going to fail. There we go, okay. So, when we talk about, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in this game. There are the 8 virtues and then there are the 3 principles. And the thing about the virtues is that the virtues live on the outside of the triangle. So, or on the outside of this diagram. So if you think about each spoke being a triangle, like triangle, 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 and so on and so forth, that will be, each of those will end up being a virtue. On the inside, there are these 3 circles, and the 3 circles are the principles. So what they're essentially trying to hint at here is that the virtues are kind of governed, or the virtues will generate love, courage, and compassion, and all. Sorry, no, that's a lie. It was love, truth, and courage. So one of these circles will be love, one of these circles will be courage, and one of these circles will be truth. And there's an order that we need to work out for these 3 things. And so this here on the inside is what radiates outwards and then gives you compassion and humility and spirituality and so on and so forth, right? So I'm going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to come right back, and when we come right back, we'll do more of this, so I'll see you shortly. Okay, I am back. So, this is an important thing to have kind of learned. Because we didn't know this up until now. Like, in the sense that we knew that the principles existed, but we didn't know which ones they were. We didn't know, well, we still strictly speaking, don't know the order that they follow through on. Gabriel Gamer said, see you in a few, that was 10 minutes ago, and they waved because I am back. So, an idiot thing occurred to me while I was out on a 10-minute break, and that's kind of why the 10-minute break is good to have. I'd realized that we'd ascended Castle Britain and we'd gone up to the top floor. But I think that there's another floor below us, and I think that's where Seal Hawkwood might be. So let's ask him about truth and love and courage. Okay, he can't help me with any of those. So mantra, principles. Okay, so I think that he is done telling us about his life. Maybe we can ask him about his actual escape. Oh, okay, sure. Bye. That is a Britannia Manor. The innkeeper says, welcome to Britannia Manor. I'm Jason. Are you in need of lodging? No, actually, we're good. Jason says, then you have come to the wrong place. Good day. Okay, well, sure. Talk. You meet a poor beggar. She says, I'm spite your interest. Job. I have no job, so now I beg. Okay. Well, I fear I will die of starvation, your interests. Starvation. I have not eaten in a week. So now I'm not sure whether we give her food or whether we give her money. I'm gonna try both because I think it makes sense to attempt both. So, food. Okay, so. Oh, okay. How do I. There was a way the game told me that I could give things. Let me just have a look. Oh. Maybe it's use. Food. Not a usable item. Let me just look this up because there was a way to give items to people. Okay. I don't know how you give items. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at very quickly. I'm gonna just scroll through the manual very quickly, because I'm pretty sure that I saw in the manual that there was a way that I could, or at least if it's not in the manual, it might be in the reference card. I was pretty sure that in the reference card, or at least the manual, there was a way to give items to people. See special note below. Talking with the people finding the game is one of the most important features, okay. Each person was okay. Okay. Each of these people must ask a question, be sure to answer, okay. Some of the people that will be willing to become our traveling companions. This personalized, be sure to keep thoroughly, okay. Oh, okay. During thy conversations with people in Ultima 4, thou may feel thy impulse to show thy generosity to less fortunate. Do so by saying it. Okay, so we actually need to talk to them. That's why I am grateful that I remembered that was in the manual, because otherwise the internet was just being no help at all. Like, properly none. So, talk, yes. Talk. Give. How much? 100? Okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, sure. 99, she says, oh, thank thee. I shall never forget that kindness, your interest. So, we gave her a lot of money. That doesn't mean we're going to raise a lot of the stat that goes along with that. But, okay, at least we did learn. Food? Okay. I think that's all we need to do here. I'm going to go back to the castle super quickly. Oh, well, I mean, we're going to fight this fight first, though. Oh, I killed the guy by accident. I mean, I guess these guys are fine to kill. Okay. Because what I want to do, it just occurred to me during the 10-minute break, that there's stairs here that we can go down. Descend what? Okay, so if I go open here. Oh, hold on. Wait a second. Oh, we're on the same floor. Really? Do these stairs only go up? Yeah. Okay, I thought Sir Hawkins would be there, but I guess he's not. Maybe I need to walk down here by killing off these runes. So we don't have we don't actually have the method, or we don't have a spell. So it was mix. What was D, right? It was the spell. Oh god. I don't remember what the reagents were for the spell. The spell is sulfurous ash, garlic, and black pearl. So, sulfurous ash, garlic, and black pearl. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're gonna mix another dispel. Mix dispel. We want sulfurous ash, garlic, and black pearl. Spell A and N C and F. Mix A, C, and F. Okay, so we're going to cast dispel. No. Cast dispel. Yeah. There we go. Okay, sure. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Every time we want to come in here, we're going to have to dispel every single time, and dispel's not cheap. So cast dispel, yes. Ow. Oh, it's sleep. Sleep is not too bad. I think we'll just tank the sleep, now that we know that it is sleep. We didn't know which one it was until now, so we need to talk to the seer. I am Hawkwind, seer of souls. I see that which is within thee, and drives thee to deeds of good to evil. For what path dost thou seek enlightenment? Hawkwind says, fairly well, and may thou complete the quest of Avatar. Oh, he was actually asking me a question. I didn't realize he was asking me. Okay, so honor. Thou hast proven thyself to be honorable, seeking now for their elevation. Go to the shrine and meditate for 3 cycles. So, I was right. He was telling us what I kind of suspected. So, in terms of honor, we have maxed out honor. And what we need to do now, there's a whole process whereby you do this. You need to go into the dungeon that aligns with honor. And we don't quite know what that is because we heard about a dungeon due north of us, but we never did see it on the island that we were on. So I assume that it is on another island to the north of us, because that area is just a bunch of islands stacked one on top of each other. And so we need to go to the bottom of the island. We need to get the rune, because the dungeon, because that's what lies at the bottom of every dungeon is a rune. We need to come back up. We need to know where the shrine is, and then we need to meditate, and that will have given us honor. The other thing that I think that we maxed out on was honesty. So talk. Oh, sorry. Go to the shrine and meditate for 3 cycles. Hawkwind asked. Okay, so we wanted honesty. Thou art truly an honest soul, seeking out to reach elevation. Go to the shrine and meditate for 3 cycles. Okay. So, Hawkwind asks, what path seeks clarity? So, if we asked him, say, about compassion or sacrifice, this is what he says when you don't have sacrifice, because we don't yet. Thy sacrifice is small. Give of thy life's blood, so that others may live. Hawkwind asked. So he's also kind of guiding you into what to do. So if we went and repeatedly gave blood over and over again, and there's probably a cooldown for that, he would eventually say, oh, you are good with sacrifice. All you need to do now is do the mantra and all that nonsense. So if we go here, we're fine. Let's get out of here. Okay, so now we know where Hawkwind is. We can actually get out of here, and we can start talking to people in Britain. Because that was kind of what we were going to do. So there's this whole thing over here. I want to talk to the healer. Peace and joy be unto thee, friend. Are you needed help? No. Yes. Okay, so we don't need any of this. No. Oh, okay. So this says, may thy life be guarded by the powers of good. Talk. You meet a druid. He says, I am Shapiro. Your interest, name. We do know this is Shapiro and your job. I am looking for Julio. Okay, so Shapiro is looking for Julio. That's important to know. So let's actually set up a new sheet. This is Britain. And we need this here. So we talked to Shapiro and we asked him about his job. And he told us he is looking for Julio. I don't think we've come across Julio. Let me just look, because I don't think we saw Julio in Moonlow. I should have, to be fair, made a list of all of the people that we've talked to, and I didn't do that. We know Juliet, Castle, Britain, but we don't know Julio. Okay. We should find them. Okay, because he's going to ask us where Julio is, and we're not going to know, so help. Alright, Julio. He knows the true nature of compassion. Okay, so there's a further here. They know the true nature of compassion. Okay, so let's ask about compassion. Art thou on the quest of Avatar? Yes, we are. That's true. We totally are. Find the Shrine of Compassion. East across 2 bridges. So he asked us about... So just to reiterate what I've written in my notes here. He asked us about if we were on a quest with Avatar. We responded yes. He told us where the Shrine of... I assume this is the Shrine of Compassion, because he was talking about Julio, who knew where the Shrine of Compassion is. Oh, well, he just told us. Oh, okay. Yes, he told us where the Shrine of Compassion is. I wasn't looking at the screen when I made my notes. I just made them sort of blissfully unaware that he was telling us where the Shrine of Compassion actually is. He says it is east past 2 bridges. And so that is good. Shrine. Okay. Andra. He doesn't know that. Okay, so bye. You meet an injured person. Name. He says, my name is Sebastian. Job. I know a terrible secret. Oh, Sebastian knows a terrible secret. We'll ask him about that in a second. Oh, not so well. Okay, so tell me about your secret. Mundane's influence has not left the world. So he says... Okay, so let's ask about Mundane. For those of you who weren't around when we played it. So Ultima is naught, or Ultima naught can just be accepted as a piece of work all on its own. But it sets the stage for the world that we will come to know as Britannia, and it sets the stage for what will become Ultima. But Ultimas 1 and 2 and 3 are a little trilogy all by themselves known as the Age of Darkness. And in the Age of Darkness you fight 3 successive bad guys. the first successive bad guy you fight is Mundane, and then Mundane has an enchantress who goes out to avenge him, and she is Minax, and Mundane. So Mundane really liked Minax, and they had a child, and that child was Exodus, right? And so what he's telling us here is that the act of killing Mundane in the first game didn't work out because Mundane's influence is still around. So we're going to ask him about Mundane. Mundane says, an artifact remains. I heard at Buccaneer's Den. So Mundane, he says an artifact remains. I heard at Buccaneer's Den. So one of the things that we're probably going to want to do is we're probably going to want to track down this artifact. Because if we can eradicate Mundane's influence on the world completely, we should probably do that. So this is going to be like a little side quest that we end up accepting and doing. Okay. Wilt thou find and destroy it? Yes. Then ask at the pub there of the skull. Okay, so there is a pub, Buccaneer's Den, in the shape of a skull. I don't know how literal this is, but given the graphics of this game, I'm going to just pretend that it is completely literal. We'll come across a pub that's in the shape of a skull, and that's where we'll have to ask around about this artifact. And ask at the pub there of the skull. Or it will be named something like the Great Skull or something like that. Okay, so... Okay. Why? Funny. No response. You meet a Tired Shepherd, your name. He is Shalimar. Because Shalimar has a name, I'm going to assume that there's something that we can follow up with him on. So, name. I am Shalimar. I watch over the children. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Your interest. Oh, good. Children. It takes a good deal of compassion to deal with children. Tell me about compassion. Compassion strengthens the soul, as knowledge tempers the mind. He is going to ask us a question. Have thou any kids? No, we don't. He asked if we have children. He said... Too bad. Okay, well, let's find out what he says if you say yes. Compassion. Yes. Thou dost know what I mean. Yeah, I guess we kind of do. Okay. So that didn't really go anywhere, sure. I don't think there's much more to this conversation. These are probably the children. You meet a small child. Your name? He says, I am a child. And your child? I am learning compassion. Oh. Okay. Tell me about compassion. Never care so much for thyself The dog cannot care for others. This is true. Know ye the mantra of compassion? Oh, he's about to lay the mantra of compassion on me. We need to actually make a mantras sheet. Rename sheet. Mantras. List of mantras. Compassion. We don't know that mantra. He says, ask Cricket. Okay, sure, we will ask Cricket in a second. I assume that each child is going to send you to each other child until you find the white one. So, sure. Why? I think this is Cricket. I am a child. No, this is not the right one. Why? Hold on. Hang on. Oh, okay. These are just generic children. There must be one non-generic one. Name. Child. Yeah, okay. So one of them must be a non-generic child. It's just a question of, which one. But they're not in here. Maybe they're in here. Because as we'll recall from Ultima 3, there were people stuck in bushes and so on. And we needed to find them and talk to them. So I'm just going to comb these bushes very quickly and see if we can find someone in them. Okay, I don't think so. Let's go up north. Talk. You meet a spicy woman. She says, I am Pepper. So let's make a note here. The children told me to seek out Cricket. Cricket knows the mantra of compassion. Before I forget to actually do that. So, we know that their name is Pepper. What's their job? I'm a fighting bard. Okay, we'll ask about that in a second. How's their health? They're healthy. Your interest. That I cannot help you with. Fine. Bard. Bard. Bards know many things. Dost thou seek something? Bards know many things. Yes, I am looking for something. What might that be? Fine. I love how at the back of the box they're so proud of their conversation trees. And this is a conversation tree where it should go somewhere, right? It should lead you to a list of things that you can reliably ask about and get information on. But because of, it's a memory constraint, it's a disk space constraint, it's a programming constraint, it's all these things. And they can only cram so much into each of these conversations. So when we get to something like this, which would be very open-ended, and which would tell us a lot of things about the land, we should get nothing back, even if we're asking what feels like a correct question, right? Maybe the bards know where the shrines are. Maybe the bards know where to find the mantras, that kind of thing. I don't expect them to lay out everything, but clues would have been nice, so sure. Bard. Yes. maybe we can ask them about cricket. Yeah, okay. Cards know anything. Yes. What might that be? Okay. I think that there's a very specific thing that we need to ask her. I don't think we're gonna get there. Welcome to Windsor Weaponry. Winston says, welcome friend. Art thou here to buy or sell? We're here to buy. We got staffs, daggers, slings, swords, and your interest. So, here we are at the armory. Our guy can't wield much past staves, so I don't know that there's any point in asking him about anything other than staves, but everyone can wield slings, so I do want to ask about that, but let's start with staves. We're the only staff makers here in Britannia, yet sell them for only 20 GP. How many would I like? No. We don't want any. It's good. Too bad. Okay, so there is a store in Britannia. There are actually a couple of stores. So I am going to make a list of things that we need to buy in Britain. At the end of this session, don't let me forget to show you the spreadsheet, because it's grown a little bit since we showed it to you last. Okay, so I haven't got this guy's name, so I don't know what to put in there, but they sell staves. Yes, they sell daggers. You know, staves cost 20. They sell slings. They sell swords. Now, I don't think I'm going to yak that out yet. It's interesting to note here, very quickly before we move on, that when we look at this list, it says B, C, D, and then G. It misses E, F, and G. Sorry, E and F. So that assumes that there are other things that we can get. There's also something in A, although I think A is just hands. If we threw away our staff for whatever reason, we would find that A, it actually says there, A, hands. So, oh, are we just fighting with our hands, really? I thought that we were wielding those, but okay. So there's stuff here that we haven't seen yet. I don't know if this is stuff that we would see if we had a fighter and it would show us this whole list, or if it's only showing us stuff that we can pick up and wield. Now, I don't know that it's true that a magi, like we are, can wield the sword, so I don't know why we're seeing that. It may just be that this is the most generic list that we can see at the moment. I want to know the prices of things, so we're just going to go through all of these. So this is 2, and I would like none, thank you. Yes, I'd like the price of slings, please. That's 25. And then I would like 1 actually, because we do want 1. Oh, okay. Maybe we don't have a staff. And then swords. Yes. G. You have not the funds for even 1. Oh, okay. If we had the funds, you would tell us. But we now know that they're over 39, so it's 30. I'm going to just make here a note that it is 39, more than that. So we need to actually get some money so we can see what this is. Okay, I am good. Very well. Let's ready our weapon. We're going to ready our sling. And if we look at ourselves now, we totally are just wielding a sling. We didn't have a weapon before. I thought we had a staff. I don't know why I thought we had a staff, but anyway. So, oh, we have a staff. Oh, I see. I can only wield one thing at a time. I didn't realize that. I thought you had two hands and you could wield both of them. I guess we learn something new every day. So, we're not going to get any answers out of this guy for armor. So what I'm going to actually do, very quickly before we carry on any of these conversations, is we're going to find like 1 or 2 fights. Enough to get us to 100. Oh, let's sleep. We're at 139, which is very low. I want to find 1 or 2 fights, just to get us over 100 gold, just so that we can see the prices of things. Oh, I didn't quite get all the way there. No effect. Oh, of course. There's something here. I need to remember to read the Ultima Camp Ends message, because that would tell us, yeah, there's still something here. Actually, there's several someones. Oh, hang on. We should ready our staff, because at the moment we're not doing any damage. We don't have... So one of the things that you have to do is you have to pick up stones to make the sling work, and I just hadn't picked up any. We got some gold there, that's fine. Okay, let's try and rest. Oh, we got... again. Okay, so we want to cast Cure. There's someone around. I don't know where they are. Okay, 17 goals, alright. It's not giving us enough money. I want to go back in. I want to have over 100 gold, just so that we can be sure that we're at a point where we can afford everything it wants to show us. It could also be that the things that we cannot see in the list are things that are too expensive. I don't know if this game is that self-aware, but maybe it is. There we go. And 62 is fine. So let's go see what we can see over here now. Bye. Oh, okay, so we still only can see up to swords. So let's check out T. Oh, that's interesting. You have not the funds for even one. So swords are actually more expensive than 171. That's interesting to note. So there's an armor store we are buying. Okay, so they have armor. We know at the moment that we've got boss. Chainmail. And again, they're skipping out several bits here. Oh no, this is just BCD. So, yeah, sure. Okay, so B. BGB. Oh, I want none. Yes, we want leather. Oh, what are you trying to pull? You can't even pay. So leather is going to be more than 171. And that means that chainmail is going to be out of our range as well. Okay, good to know. So I am fine. No. Oh, that was Winston. Wait a second, isn't this guy also Winston? Yes, he is. Perfect. They're both Winston. I have no interest, but sure, no. Okay. Let's see. I think this is the edge of town. Yeah, it is. But let's just see if there's someone in the bushes here. So one thing I haven't done in a long time is save. And some of the reason I haven't saved is because I want to see if we can get back to Verity Isle. So that we can take the last step of that moon gate and just uncover where it takes us. Maybe what we're aiming for is, let's try 250 gold. Here's what he's doing. $291. Swords. Oh wow. That was 291. Okay, no. Why? Leather? Leather is 200. And so I assume that we don't have the money for chainmail. I'm gonna imagine that that's 500. No. No. Since we're so close to 500, I'm just going to hang out. We're going to try and get there. Oh, who's fighting me? This guy. I tried talking to him like a doofus. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just go for 500 because we're very, very close. Are you serious? And we're poisoned. Very cool. Oh, I have to actually heal. I don't want to. It throws away a heal that we could save for some, like another day. But given that we're both poisoned and he's hitting us, it just sort of behooves us to do that. We're gonna try again. At some point we'll get there. Oh, he took some of our gold. Check it out. So when the thieves can't find anything else to steal, that's rough. They steal gold. That puts us way back from where I wanted us to be, which is nearly at 500. Which I guess implies that we shouldn't mess with thieves. I think what that sort of implies is that we have to fireball the thieves to get rid of them. That's very expensive though. I don't think that's exactly worth it. Sure. This guy's just like moving with us. Oh, that's a little scary. In the last game, those guys, well, not the last game. No, it must have been the last game. Because that was the first time I think we saw the specific sprite. They did paralysis. Really? I'm gonna go find the end. Unfortunately, being at the end. Yes. We have a monster-sized bed for 15 GP. I think that's not too bad, actually, yes. Very good. Have a pleasant night. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. It's a modest bed. Oh, it's in this room. And it didn't heal us to full. I think I hate it. Talk. Yes. Yes. And the reason why we're doing this is just to get to over 200 HP. Because there's stuff right outside town. But okay, we've found out this is not actually cost effective. I mean, if we stack it up against a cure spell. No, cure is cheaper. Cure doesn't take you all the way though, but cure is cheaper. Uh, 525. Yeah, that's actually perfect. So we have still not learned what a sword costs. 5 swords. Oh, it was 300 GP? Really? Well, I mean, now we know. I don't think we have enough. I want enough. No. I don't think we have enough for chainmail. Yeah, okay. That's fine. It's... What's the magic number we have now? We got 535. Alright. I am gonna save because it's the end of the session. And tomorrow we'll just pick up from here. Okay. There we go. Thank you to everyone who visited. I appreciate it so much. I don't actually technically want to be on a big bit of land. Like, there's too much to do there, but it's fine. At some point we'll run out of the big bit of land and we'll go back to the islands. At that point maybe we will just have a boat, I don't know, we'll see. But that was also mostly pretty laid back. I'm really liking, so far I'm liking the kind of tone of the overworld in the sense that it's not too drastic. We haven't come across, with our single lonely guy, we haven't come across anything that we haven't been able to handle so far. It's sometimes taken multiple rests, but that's fine. I can manage that. We'll do this again not sometime tomorrow, sort of the same time tomorrow. I'm gonna try and move myself back 1 more hour, because that's where I want to be, and that might happen over this weekend, we'll see. But so far all good. I will see you tomorrow at the same time, same place. Please have a wonderful evening. Please stay safe. I shall see you all soon. Good night for now, folks.